Apple iPad Pro M4. The spec I got was the 13-inch 256 gig M4. It replaces the 2018 12.9 iPad Pro. I don't use it as my main device. I have a Mac Studio at home. One of the reasons I haven't bought a keyboard for it, and the main one is the price. It's £349. The second reason is on my Apple Studio, I use a Logitech MX series mechanical keyboard, which is easily switchable. So I'll just link it up via Bluetooth to multiple devices, and then all you have to do is press a button. When I'm at home with the iPad, I use it as a second screen for my Mac Studio. I got the folio case from Apple because obviously I will need to prop up my iPad to be able to use it, and it also protects the iPad and the screen when I'm transporting it about. It's quite expensive, it's £100. I had a folio case for my other one and it's lasted till now. It's a bit worn, it's been quite a few years and it's done what it should have done. It's always handheld when I'm using it. The weight, it's 129 grams and it's 5.1 millimeters thick. You could hold it for quite a long time and not get tired. I did opt to buy the Pencil Pro, which I'm really glad I did. It's £129. Productivity wise, it was worth the investment. It's light, it's great for taking notes. You can turn your text into handwriting. Still has the hover, which will show you your selection before you tap it. Works great with other apps. Obviously other apps have different iterations of how the pencil is used. This iPad comes with a new tandem OLED. Out of the box, it's quite apparent it is a new screen. After a couple of hours of using it, your eyes get used to it, and the only time you will notice then if you put it against the older iPad, you'll notice that the screen is a lot sharper, a lot brighter, and also the blacks are a lot blacker. They don't look washed out like they do on the iPad 12.9. If you're still running the iPad, obviously you won't notice that because it's the one screen that you're looking at, and it's still a really good screen. So yeah, don't be swayed into upgrading just for the screen. This is the M4 iteration, which means they've skipped the M3 for the iPad, gone straight to the M4. There's been a lot of talk on the internet about how people think that it's going to be moved up to laptop status when iOS 18 got announced, but that wasn't the case. It's still going to be running iPad iOS 18. There's been a lot of rumours about why it's been given such a powerful chip. In my opinion, it's going to go down to the AI, or as Apple like to call it, Apple Intelligence. When that gets released, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be where the M4 shines. There's a lot of calculations, equations, and work that the iPad has to do to use artificial intelligence. At the keynote, it was talked about how it will mainly stay on device unless the calculation is too complex for the device to compute, and so it will go to Apple servers. Now also they talked about privacy and how everything is going to be encrypted and private, even if you use the option of ChatGPT. I guess the fact that a lot of it can be done on device is much easier to keep that information private, and I guess that's why they've bumped the power up. On the iPhone, you're not going to be able to use the artificial intelligence unless you have at least the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max. The reason I've upgraded is because I use power hungry apps like DaVinci Resolve. I also mess about in Blender, which again is another power hungry app. I also use Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo. It doesn't have an issue powering any of them or running any of them. On my other iPad, when I run, say, DaVinci Resolve, it used to glitch. When I started the app, I used to get a message saying that there's going to be an issue running this on that particular device. Since I've upgraded, this has no issues running Resolve. Obviously, it's not the full DaVinci Resolve, it's not the desktop version, and I am currently using the free iPad version, but you only get the editing page and you get the color page. The other sections you don't get. but within them pages obviously can still use all the effects. It runs it seamlessly. Does it replace a laptop? Honestly, if you're buying an iPad, for me personally, I'm buying it as a portable device, and you should know what you're getting. If you thought about it logically, Apple are not going to do that, because you're basically ruling out the MacBook Pro or the Mac Air as a business model. It's just not going to work. Be aware that you are buying a portable device. You want a laptop, buy a laptop. People are getting mad saying that this has got too much power and it's not needed, but obviously they're future-proofing themselves because of the AI. If AI gets more and more power hungry, then the chip is there to take that power. You wouldn't want a chip coming into the iPad now that's going to be obsolete in a year or 2 years because AI has advanced and needs more power. Apple are just covering themselves and making sure that the chip is future-proof and can last another 5 to 10 years. I think that's one of the reasons for such a high bump. The unpredictability of the technology in AI, calculations, the equations, the things that AI can do much quicker than humans is gonna warrant a lot more power. So do you need to upgrade? If you don't use power hungry apps like Resolve and Blender, no. If you're using an iPad now, nothing is struggling, honestly, there's no reason to upgrade. For me, because I had such an old iPad, that I just thought I'd go for this one, hoping this one's going to last me another 8 years. The screen size for me is perfect. A lot of people are saying that the 11 inch is better, but obviously that's very subjective. It's subjective to what you need, what you're using it for. You know, all them things need to be taken into consideration. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos. Also click the notify, because obviously when I put another video up, you'll be notified of that. And I'll see you on the next one.